Okay, I'd like to call to order the regular council meeting of January 8th, 2018. Mr. Arbaugh, would you please call the roll?
Colella. Consul Magno.
Here.
Dixon.
Here.
Gibbons. Hannon.
Present.
Harrison. Harrison.
President, somehow I'm not getting the, go ahead.
McLean.
Here.
Mowry.
Here.
O'Brien.
Present. 7 members present. At this time, can we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to turn to chair announcements. January 8, 2018, before we came out, we had an executive session of council for police interviews, personnel items, and legal issues. At this time, I would like to turn to the reports of the officials in the library director's report.
I'm not hearing what's being said. Static, but not the, when Christine speaks, I'll know, because I couldn't understand her.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Okay. My name is Christine. I'm from the Bethel Park Public Library, where we provide opportunities to explore, learn, create, and connect. It is Winter Reading Club time. Currently, Children's Winter Reading Club, that's for birth through high school age, continues through January 27th. Stop in to register and pick up your reading log. You can earn tickets for prizes that will be drawn on January 27th. I know there's like an Amazon gift card over there. There's some book bundles. And then all participants are invited to a magic show on Saturday, January 27th at 2 p.m. That's when they'll draw the prizes. And the Adult Winter Reading Club, those 18 and older, runs from February 5th through March the 4th. We ask that you come in and register at the library, and then you can read or listen to any book. No magazines or newspapers, please, but you can read ebooks. You will complete and submit an entry form for each item read or listened to, and then for each of the 4 weeks of the clubs, one winner each week will be drawn for a $25 gift card. All entries received before the end of business on March 4th will be entered into the grand prize drawing, and this year our grand prize is a Google Home, that voice-activated assistant. So that will be drawn on March 5th. And just a few announcements. I'm happy to announce that the Bethel Park Public Library is a PA Forward Silver Star Library. The PA Forward program is part of the Pennsylvania Library Association's 21st Century Literacy Initiative, focusing on elevating the quality of life in Pennsylvania through the 5 types of literacy: basic, information, civic and social, health, and financial. There are 3 levels of libraries in the PA Forward program. There's bronze, silver, and gold star libraries. Only 3 of the 46 libraries in Allegheny County have achieved star status. Bethel Park has silver star status. Mount Lebanon Library has bronze star, and Western Allegheny Community Library is a gold star library. And I'll have you know that we're almost finished with our gold star tasks that we have to complete. So when that happens and we get awarded our gold star designation, I will let you know. And the library will be closed on Monday, February 19th for Staff Development Day. That's President's Day. We're required to have continuing education, and that's the day that we are going to train our staff. So fines will not be charged when the library is closed, and we'll see you the next morning at 9 a.m. That is all.
Thank you. Any questions? Thank you very much. Can we turn to the police chief's report and Chief O'Connor?
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Council. Hi, everybody. Chief here. I just want to thank you all. On December the 21st, our department participated in Presents from Police, where we took presents that were donated through your generous support, and then we formed up with other officers from other departments and convoyed over to Children's Hospital, and all the presents were given to the kids that day. And this year we really took a lot of presents over. We had collection boxes, and they were emptied and filled, and we'd empty them, and then they were filled back up again to overflowing capacity. So we really appreciate the effort, and you people were just awesome. Thank you so much, and thank you. Really appreciate it. Our next Crime Watch meeting will be Monday, February the 5th It's 7 p.m. in the community center. Hope to see you there, and we'll come tell you about all the crime in Bethel Park, and we don't pull any punches. You know that. Okay. Finally, and if you can't come and see me in person, we will update on Facebook and other social media if anything's going on, so you follow us there. And Mr. Denson follows us there. He's big on Twitter, right? He's a Twitter guy. I'm not a Twitter guy. I don't follow nobody. But any important updates, we'll have them up there posted for you. Any questions?
Hearing none, thank you very much,
Excellent.
Chief. Can we turn to the fire chief's report? We don't have one tonight. We'll turn to the mayor's report and Mayor Allen.
Excuse me, I wanted to inject a little appreciation to our law enforcement, especially for the chief and everyone that's connected with his department. This week, January 9th through the 15th, is National Law Enforcement Appreciation Week, and tomorrow, the 9th, we're doing a meal for the chief and for each department or each shift at 12 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. I'd especially like to thank the Bethel Park Community Foundation and Dan Duff for their grant to provide us with money for the meals for tomorrow. Bethel Park Council and the Community Center for hosting the banner that is sitting over here to your right. It'll be at the Community Center tomorrow and the rest of the week for signatures for appreciation for our law enforcement. We'll also be selling these blue bulb that's blasting my eyes here, but I think it's appropriate to have one of these blue bulbs, or we do have candlelight bulbs for sale over there for $5 that you can pick one up and display it in your window this week. And I'd also like to thank the Bethel Park Schoolhouse Historical Society for having the banner over there Saturday and for selling the bulbs. Also like to thank, and this is the main thing, is to have the community involved with, displaying the light, but also the children at the school district. They signed and colored these photos for the police in appreciation. So the more we can do to show our appreciation for these gentlemen and ladies that put their lives on the line each and every day, I think one week out of the year is great for our community. So thank you for the residents that came out Saturday on that cold day to sign the banner and also pick up a bulb. And again, thank you, Chief, and your department. Greatly appreciated, and thank you.
Thank you, Joe. As Joe had mentioned, this week, the 8th through the 15th, is Police Appreciation. At this time, I'd like to bring the chief back up, and I'd also like to bring councilperson, or county councilperson, Sue Means. She has a proclamation.
Well, I wanted to mention that Representative Rick Saccone wanted to be here tonight and show his appreciation for the police department, but he had to go to Washington, D.C., and he had to be there tomorrow, so he started tonight. And I want to mention how much I really, really appreciate the Bethel Park Police and all they do, and how they, when it's below freezing, or it's a domestic crisis, or it's opioid overdose, they're there to protect us, and I just really, really totally appreciate above and beyond constantly what the Bethel Park Police does for all the citizens, and I'm supporting the Blue Light campaign. Whereas every day across the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, police officers bravely and courageously risk their lives, protect and serve their communities, and preserve the peace and order to which every citizen is entitled. Whereas January 9th, 2018 has been designated as National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day to honor the police officers who put their lives on the line to keep our communities safe. Whereas the Bethel Park Police Department consists of 34 full-time police patrol investigative officers and 5 emergency dispatchers, and the police department is responsible for 24-hour community-wide law enforcement and response to all requests for emergency services. The police department responds to estimated 16,000 calls for service per year. That works out to be 44 calls a day. That's amazing. Whereas the members of the Bethel Park Police Department are dedicated to ensuring the public safety and enhancing the quality of life in Bethel Park by serving as leaders and teachers, educating the community about the importance of public safety. Whereas we appreciate the extraordinary efforts and sacrifices made by the officers and their family members to protect our schools, our workplaces, our roadways, and our homes. Whereas National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day is an opportunity to show our support for law enforcement. Now therefore be it resolved that Allegheny County Council does hereby honor and thank all the police officers in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the municipality of Bethel Park during National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day, and commend those officers for their willingness to give their life to protect and serve. Sponsored by myself and all of County Council. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. On the proclamations, we also have one for the police department from the municipality. So I'd like to read this to the chief also. Proclamation 2018 Bethel Park Law Enforcement Appreciation Week, designated the week of January 8th to January 15th. Whereas the Bethel Park Police Department was established on April 1st, 1941 with a single officer, John Miskunis, and whereas the Bethel Park Police Department has grown to a current staff of 39 officers, 5 communication officers, 2 civilians, and 29 school crossing guards. And whereas the Bethel Park Police Department protects several shopping districts, including South Hills Village Mall, Village Square Mall, several strip malls, and several 7- and 8-story apartment buildings, several large medical office complexes, an industrial complex, in addition to the single-family homes. And whereas our law enforcement personnel lay their lives on the line each and every day for the residents of Bethel Park, and we want to show our appreciation for their dedication and service. And whereas in appreciation of the outstanding efforts of our Bethel Park law enforcement, it is appropriate to recognize the value and accomplishments of the Bethel Park Police Department by designating Bethel Park Law Enforcement Appreciation Week. Now therefore, I, Jack Allen, Mayor of the Municipality of Bethel Park, do hereby proclaim this week of January 8th to January 15th, 2018, as Bethel Park Law Enforcement Appreciation Week. And I encourage the community to observe this day with the appropriate programs, ceremonies, and activities. Please place a blue light in your home window to show appreciation of the Bethel Park Police Law Enforcement during this week. So thank you, Chief. Thank you very much. As we do every year at this time, we recognize our winners of the Holiday Lighting Contest. Paul, I don't see your name on here, so I apologize. I do have a certificate for each person. We have a few here this evening. I know it's cold out and winter weather advisory. So I'll read the certificate of the award, and then I'll bring the people up that are here for each award. Certificate of award presented on the 8th day of January 2018 by the Municipality of Bethel Park to the award winners to acknowledge the outstanding 2017 holiday season display of decorations at your residence You are hereby presented the Mayor's Award of Excellence. This recognition herein given your home significance that your holiday decorations were judged to be the best in your ward. Bethel Park appreciates your efforts to enhance our community's image at this special time of year. So I want to congratulate each and every winner, and I will bring them up by award. And also, if you win this year, I don't know if it was in the small writing or not, but you become the judge in that award next year. So. Okay, the winner in Ward 1, and we have no honorable mentions, is Karen Gordon of 5424 California Avenue. So I know she's here. And then if you could say a few words, what you did, why was it special to you?
Well, in all fairness, I think that everyone down in that area on California Avenue does a great job. And they decorate very nice. I think each house complements the other. And I want to thank my neighbors for doing a good job and helping me win.
Well, remember, you're the judge next year. Thank you. Winner in Ward 2, we had an honorable mention of 6051 Great Dane Drive. The winner is Dave and Vicky Serafini at 5859 Bryan Drive, and I don't think they're here. Okay, Ward 3, honorable mention, 355 Turngate Drive and 963 Willow Glen Drive. And the winner for Ward 3 is Daniel and Carrie Hartman, 760 McMurray Road. This is the vacation home that you pass. And I don't think we knew it was in Bethel Park until this year. It's actually the last house on McMurray Road. So I wanted to hear his story, but since he's not here, we will pass that on. Winner in Ward 4, honorable mention, 6650 Chapel Drive. And the winner is Marvin and Frances Graham. They live at 101 High Ridge Drive, and they're not here. Winner in Ward 5, honorable mention is 2409 Longcrest Avenue and 4713 Robert Drive. And the Ward 5 winner is Pamela Boback, and she's at 2348 Wells Drive. The next winner is here. Honorable mention in Ward 6, 5724 Wilson Drive, and the winner is David and Eleanor Widener at 3945 Mimosa Drive. Okay, who's speaking for, who did all the work? Who did the work? Okay. Okay, do you want him to speak then? Okay, just tell us what you did, what it meant to you, and how you're going to judge fairly next year.
Well, ever since I've been a kid, and Dave too, that lights and music for Christmas has always been a part of the Christmas decorations. So we married in 2013, so I brought all my lights over. He added to his, and we've added since we've been together. And we just like, it just brightens, we think it brightens everybody up to see all the colored lights. So, and we try to make it bigger every year.
Okay, great. Well, apparently our judges thought that too, so congratulations for Ward 6. Thank you. Ward 7, honorable mention. We have none, but the winner in Ward 7 is Stephen and Pamela Hart at 3232 Comanche Road, and they're not here. Ward 8, honorable mention, we don't have any, but the winner is Jacqueline Peck at 174 Meadowbrook Drive, so we will send her her certificate. And the winner in Ward 9 is Richard Rendolik, 124 Rocky Ridge Road, and that family's here. Oh, they're all coming up.
to speak. Every
Yeah. Here, I want to give it to you. You want to talk? Just okay. Well, just tell us what you did and how it meant.
Well, Rick, who is not here tonight because he's off on a business trip, he did all the work. We helped a little bit, and he did all the hard work, and we got to enjoy it. So. And he's been working very hard to earn this award. It's like every year he's like he amps it up. So good. He's very excited.
Congratulations, and we look forward to seeing it next year again. And that's our winners for this year, and that's all I have, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Allen. At this time, we turn to the municipal manager report and Mr. Arbaugh.
Good evening, Sean Arbaugh, Municipal Manager. Just want to put out a few things this evening. The first thing is PennDOT will have an informational meeting about improvements to the South Park Logan Road intersection on January 18th at 5 p.m. So if you're interested in that project, please feel free to come out. The project entails adding left turn lanes, a new traffic signal, and some stormwater improvements in that area. So please feel free to come out for that public informational meeting. Additionally, I'm really excited this evening. We just launched our new Citizens Action Line. The new Citizen Action Line allows folks to make complaints from their home using their email system, and it allows you to track the status of your complaint, so it's a really exciting system for us. Also internally, it allows us to better manage our complaints, to move on them quicker, and to make sure nothing falls through the cracks. Also, we'll have a nice database of all the complaints we receive so we can see if we see any reoccurring issues. Special thanks to Judy Miller and Nicole Starzinski. They really helped to get that program rolling, and really appreciate it. Great job on that. Lastly, I just want to recognize a special individual here this evening, Mr. Harrison. Mr. Harrison recently turned 90 years old, and in appreciation and honor of Mr. Harrison, we did get a very special birthday cake, which we will...
The sound up for me, so I can't.
Here's the cake.
Oh, fantastic! The flag. That's my
very
favorite.
nice cake from Bethel Bakery. They did a fantastic job. And if you could please just join me in singing "Happy Birthday, Mr. Harrison" on Mark O'Brien's cue.
At the end of the meeting, anybody in the audience will come up if you'll cut the cake for them. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. We'll cut the cake right after the meeting.
And if Bill Rule's watching, it'll be 10 minutes, Bill.
And leave your slippers at home. It's slushy.
Don't wear your bathrobe this time.
Are you ready?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. Harrison. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Dawn. Appreciate it.
And Dawn, if you want Timmy and I to eat the piece of cake first to make sure it's okay, we'll be more than happy to do that.
Okay, it's hard to top that one. At this time, I would like to turn to the approval of minutes. Mr. Hannon.
The first one is the regular council meeting of December 11, 2017. I move that we approve the regular council meeting minutes of December 11, 2017.
There's a motion and a second that we approve the regular council meeting minutes of December 11, 2017. Any discussion of this item? Mr. Arbaugh, would you please call the roll?
Consul Magno.
Yes.
Dixon.
Yes.
Hannon.
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
Mowry.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0. This time I'd like to turn to the approval of the council meeting minutes of December 18, 2017. Mr. Hannon.
I move that we approve the special council meeting minutes of December 18, 2017.
Second.
There's a motion and a second that we approve the special council meeting minutes of December 18, 2017. Any discussion of this item? Mr. Arbaugh, would you please call the roll?
Dixon.
Yes.
Hannon.
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
Mowry.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Consul Magno.
Yes.
Motion passes 8-0. At this time, I'd like to turn to the approve the reorganizational council meeting minutes of January 2nd, 2018. Mr. Hannon.
I move that we approve the reorganization of council meeting minutes of January 2nd, 2018.
Second?
There's a motion second. We approve the reorganization of council meeting minutes of January 2nd, 2018. Any discussion of this item? Mr. Arbaugh, would you please call the roll?
Hannon.
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
Maury.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Consul Magno.
Yes.
Dixon.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0. At this time, I'd like to turn to the approval of the bills and payrolls. And Mr.
I
Hannon.
move that we approve the bills and payrolls municipality per bill list number 010818 in the amount of $2,178,779.43. Second.
There is a motion and a second that we approve the bills and payrolls for the municipality per bill list number 010818 in the amount of $2,178,779.43. Any discussion of this item? Mr. Arbaugh, would you please call the roll?
Harrison.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
Maury.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Consul Magno.
Yes.
Dixon.
Yes.
Hannon.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0. At this time, I'd like to turn to the resident comment section. If you'd like to come to the microphone, state your name and address. Hearing none, let's turn to general policy and finance. Mr. McLean, and we have no residents signed up to speak.
We have one agenda item under General Policy and Finance, Resolution Number R1-8-18A, Oxford Drive Transportation District refunds. I move that we approve a resolution authorizing the refunding of payments made into the Oxford Drive Transportation District in accordance with the Transportation Partnership Act.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. We adopt a resolution authorizing the refunding of payments made into the Oxford Drive Transportation District in accordance with the Transportation Partnership Act. Real quick, many years ago, probably 15 to 20, we did a intersection upgrade in the Oxford Drive area. The project was paid for by the businesses in the area. We floated the bond. We assessed each of the property owners. All the work was done. We have now paid the bonds off. So whatever money is left is in the fund is going to be given back to the property owners in accordance with how they paid in. But I would like to thank all the people. We had, I think, well over $1 million worth of improvements done up there that the businesses in that area did pay for. Any other comments? Hearing none, Mr. Arbaugh, would you please call the roll?
McLean.
Yes.
Maury.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Consul Magno.
Yes.
Dixon.
Yes.
Hannon.
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0. Mr. McLean.
There are no further agenda items under General Policy and Finance.
Thank you, Mr. McLean. Are there any additional items?
Mr. Barr.
Mr. Harrison.
I would like to remind Mr. McLean that we agreed to pass a piece of recommendation on the Senate. Is this the appropriate?
No, that would be under health, safety, and welfare. It's
Okay.
down here.
It's down there.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I'd like to have the floor to speak to the people, wish them a happy new year. The people of the 5th Ward awarded me 4 more years. The man upstairs has to decide whether I can serve those 4 years or not. I will continue to serve the public of Bethel Park as I have the last 44 years. I'm starting my 45th. I'm going to do a quick review of history pertinent to possible future council actions. Council knowingly, blatantly violated the Home Rule Charter based on their vote on the ordinance for the Bethel Park Volunteer Fire Company dedicated tax. The ordinance was in violation of the Election Bureau laws. I informed council before the vote that an affirmative vote on that ordinance was a violation of the Home Rule Charter. The Home Rule Charter, Section 1107, which incidentally I was the author of, says the effective date of an ordinance shall, and I emphasize shall, mandatory, be no sooner than 30 days after its adoption. Mr. McTiernan, our solicitor, was complicit in the violation. He delivered the ineffective ordinance that was in violation of the Election Bureau law to the Election Bureau 3 days after it was illegally enacted. That was 27 days before the effective date of the ordinance. Now, why am I rehashing this history? There are murmurs by this governing body that a question may be put on the ballot to destroy the benefits of the Section 1107 of the Home Rule Charter. Section 1107 of the Home Rule Charter has allowed 6 challenges to council action. The first 5 times the challenge was successful. The 6th challenge led to the biggest mistake I made as a council member. The challenge was to overturn a tax increase. The petition campaign was successful in getting the required number of signatures, but had not submitted it to the municipality on my recommendation. At a monthly public meeting, the voting meeting like the one tonight, the finance officer announced that a reevaluation of the finances had been performed, and it was determined that there was no need for a tax increase. As I say, my mistake was I recommended because of that the petition not be submitted. The submittal of the petition would have imposed an unneeded expenditure of time and effort to validate the petition. The petition was not submitted, and the council immediately increased the tax increase. After the petition committee had got the necessary signatures, didn't submit the petition because the finance officer said there's no need for a tax increase. After the time expired for the petition committee to send the petition to the municipality, the council here increased the taxes. Now to the bottom line, the reason why I'm doing this. The murmurs are suggesting, I'm talking about the council, murmurs are suggesting, that the ability to challenge taxes and expenditures be eliminated from Section 1107. In my opinion, that would destroy the usefulness of the section. Don't let that happen to you, public. I will keep you informed. Thank you very much.
The only thing I'll say is happy birthday, Dawn. None of that's true. Okay, are there any other comments? Hearing none, can we turn to planning and zoning and Mr. Dixon?
Mr. President, I have no business under planning and zoning tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Dixon. Are there any additional items? Hearing none, can we turn to health, safety, and welfare? And Mr. O'Brien, we have no residents signed up to speak.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have some items on health, safety, and welfare.
Mr. O'Brien.
Promotions tonight. Item A, Police Sergeant. I move that we promote Colby Gerbich to the position of Sergeant for the Bethel Park Police Department with a start date agreeable to Police Chief Timothy O'Connor.
Second.
There's a motion and a second that we promote Colby Gerbich to the position of Sergeant for the Bethel Park Police Department with a start date agreeable to Police Chief Timothy O'Connor. Any discussion of this item? Mr. Arbaugh, would you please call the roll?
Mowry.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Consul Magno.
Yes.
Dixon.
Yes.
Hannon.
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0. Mr. O'Brien.
Letter B, promotion, Police Sergeant. I move that we promote Sean McGrail to position of Sergeant for the Bethel Park Police Department with a start date agreeable to Police Chief Timothy O'Connor.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. We promote Sean McGrail to the position of Sergeant for the Bethel Park Police Department with a start date agreeable to Police Chief Timothy O'Connor. Any discussion of this item? Mr. Arbaugh, would you please call the roll?
O'Brien.
Yes.
Consul Magno.
Yes.
Dixon.
Yes.
Hannon.
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
Mowry.
Yes. Motion passes 7-0. Congratulations to both officers. I would also like to thank the Civil Service Commission and the chief for going through the process and doing the test. And we interviewed 4 candidates tonight that were very good, but we appreciate all your work. Thank you. Mr. O'Brien.
Resolution number R1818B, Motor Vehicle Speed Timing Equipment. I move that we adopt a resolution in support of Senate Bill 251, enabling all municipal police to use the same motor vehicle speed timing equipment as the Pennsylvania State Police.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. We adopt the resolution in support of Senate Bill 251, enabling the municipal police to use the same motor vehicle speed timing equipment as Pennsylvania State Police. Mr. Harrison, would you like to comment? Other than
No, I simply think that there's no reason, according to the information in the Borough News, Pennsylvania is the only state that doesn't allow the local police to use radar for safety purposes. And now that the Senate has passed that, I think we ought to encourage the House, the Pennsylvania House, to pass it and get on with our business. Thank you very much. And I did confer with the chief and the manager and the information you sent out with, that they agreed that that would be a useful thing to the municipality. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Harris. Any other comments? Hearing none, Mr. Arbaugh, would you please call the roll?
Counsel Magno.
Yes.
Dixon.
Yes.
Hannon.
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
Maury.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0. Mr. O'Brien.
Mr. Chairman, there are no other items under health, safety, and welfare, but I have a few.
Mr. O'Brien.
First of all, doing its Police Week, I'd like to thank Joe Consumagra for really putting this together. It took a lot of effort. Coming from a family of police officers, it means a lot, and I was happy to be there on Saturday, and I just wanted to thank Joe for all his efforts in the schools. Also, too, the proposed cell tower at Irish Ton in Logan has not gone away. It's tabled at this point in time. And when it comes available again in front of the Planning and Zoning Commission, I will personally make everyone who's affected known. And if it's before the next month's meeting, we'll do the necessary things that we always do, and the signs will be up at the corner of Irish Town and Logan. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That's all I
Thank you, Mr.
have.
O'Brien. Are there any additional items? Hearing none, can we turn to Public Works and Maintenance? And Mr. Hannon, we have no residents signed up to speak.
We also have no items under Public Works and Maintenance this evening, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Hannon. Any additional items? Hearing none, is there a motion
Move
to
we
adjourn?
adjourn.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Good night, everyone.